Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Resilience Unveiled. I'm your host Haben, and today, we're honored to have Tinsy joining us. Tinsy, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be a part of this.
Tinsy, your journey, born against the backdrop of vibrant Ethiopia, is so compelling. Can you take us back to those early days in Addis Ababa?
Absolutely. Picture this, a city alive with colors and traditions, and there I was, nestled in the embrace of my loving grandparents. It was a humble home, filled with stories of hope and sacrifice. I came into this world as my mother, just 16 years old, cradled me in her arms. My father was equally youthful, and they faced an agonizing decision. Despite their tender age, they were forced to make choices that would shape the course of my life. My mother, with dreams of a brighter future, decided to leave for the United States. As she boarded a plane bound for a foreign land, I was entrusted to the loving care of my Ethiopian grandparents, a decision that would set the stage for my childhood. It was a strange and often challenging experience to grow up without the embrace of a mother's love, without the comforting taste of her nurturing milk, or the warmth of her protective presence.
Wow, such a vivid beginning. The absence of your mother was a defining aspect, right? How did that shape your childhood?
It was a challenge, to say the least. To grow without the touch of a mother's love, without her warmth, it left an indelible mark. But my grandparents, their care became my solace.
Your mother's efforts to bring you to the U.S. signaled a new chapter. Can you walk us through those years leading to that monumental move?
The years were a whirlwind, missing kindergarten, adapting to books rather than vibrant streets. The immigration process, arduous embassy visits, each etching anxiety into my young mind.
Tinsy, your journey through the immigration process was indeed a roller coaster. Can you share a bit more about those years spent navigating this arduous path?
Oh, the immigration saga. Every year felt like a ripple of anticipation and dashed hopes. You see, my family geared up as if this would finally be the year I'd embark on that journey to the U.S. But then, obstacle after obstacle, it seemed the doors remained shut. This cycle of hope and disappointment repeated itself for over 8 years.
The emotional journey you undertook during those years is palpable. How did you cope with the struggles of leaving behind your father and grandparents?
That phase was agonizing. In the midst of traditional Ethiopian scents, within our living room, the weight of leaving behind loved ones weighed heavily. The taste of tears and the sensations of separation became my everyday reality.
Tinsy, let's wind the clock back a bit. Your first few months in the U.S. with your mom, how did that all unfold? Transitioning to the U.S., your reunion with your mother wasn't quite what you expected. Tell us about that difficult period.
The early days. Picture a young girl wide-eyed with curiosity in a new land. It was both exciting and bewildering. Those initial moments with my mom felt like a dream finally coming true, but reality had other plans. Over time, I guess differences in our perspectives started to surface.
It's interesting how those differences often lead to rifts. What were some of the factors that contributed to this gradual rift?
Well, it was the collision of expectations, cultures, and perhaps the weight of unspoken emotions. I craved a sense of belonging, while adapting to a different environment clashed with my longing for familiarity. It was tough. Conflict became a constant companion, turning our cozy home into an emotional battleground. The emotional upheaval, the sights, tastes, and sensations of those confrontations etched into my being.
Despite these challenges, you found a turning point. How did that shift happen?
Support from high school teachers and rekindling of friendship, especially with Yoni, was a lifeline. Their voices, the touch of textbooks, and the taste of knowledge brought a sense of normalcy.
The decision to move in with your grandparents seemed pivotal. And then, your experience at Multnomah Falls. Can you share that transformative moment?
Multnomah Falls was surreal. Frozen, like our unspoken sentiments. The frosty air mirrored our emotions as Yoni and I tentatively reached for each other. That first kiss amid the icy landscape, it was a promise of love.
Such a beautifully crafted moment. I am looking at the picture of you two. It is beautiful and surreal. I haven't been to Portland, but now I want to visit, and when I do I would definitely go to the falls. Tinsy, can you walk us through your life after that mesmerizing moment at Multnomah Falls?
Oh, that chapter? It's a blend of hope, dreams, and a dash of fate. So, after the falls, Yoni's support opened the doors to the University of New Mexico.
Ah, the land of enchantment and diverse journeys.
Exactly. UNM, the hub of my education, career dreams, and well, a bit of relationship spices.
Spices, indeed. What happened next?
Fast forward post-high school graduation, I found myself at the ABQ airport, and guess who's there? Yoni. With his smile warmer than the New Mexico sun and flowers as vibrant as our shared experiences.
Sounds like an exhilarating moment. And I can see it from the picture. Wow, what a beautiful moment.
Oh, it was. That lingering scent of shared memories marked not just a return to a familiar space, but a kickoff to a future entwined with love and destiny.
A beautiful conclusion to a compelling tale.
Right? It's like destiny had this grand plan all along. Stepping into the university corridors, the fragrance of ambitions and lively conversations marked a fresh start towards my cherished dreams.
Your resilience is truly inspiring, Tinsy. What's the message you hope your journey conveys?
I wish for my journey to be a guiding light, a testament to the human spirit's resilience. Through adversity, we piece life's fragments together and emerge stronger.
Thank you, Tinsy, for sharing this profound journey with us. Your resilience shines through every chapter.
Thank you for having me. It's been an honor.